Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam cha Hastamalakam cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vartikakaram Anyan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananamalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidparam. Mauna Vyakya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasatrishiganeravritam Brahmanishtai Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramanandarupam Swatmaramam Muditavadanam Sri Dakshinamoorty Mide. We saw the Dhyana Shloka, the first one. Maunina Vyakyam Karoti Tam Brahma Tattvam Mauna Vyakyayena Prakatita Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. The one who revealed the great essence through describing through silence. Yuvanam, young. Ante vasat rishiganaihi varshishthante vasat rishiganaihi avratam. Vriddhaganaihi rishiganaihi. By those who are mature ancient seekers, by them surrounded, and they are Brahmanishta also. Those who are abiding in their own higher self. Acharya Indram, best taught the teacher. Karakalita Chinmudram Ananda Rupam, wielding in his hand the signia or the mudra of the absolute pure consciousness. Chinmudra Karakalita, Ananda Rupam, blissful, very embodiment of bliss. How? By Swa Atma Ramam, in his own self reveling, Mudita Vatanam, smiling away, Dakshinamurtim Aham Ide. That Dakshinamurti I salute. This is the embodiment of knowledge, Jnana Swarupam Paramatmanaha, of Paramashivasya, of Bhagavan Shiva's Jnana Swarupam. And the people around him, they were not very ordinary. Guru is extraordinary, and the students are equally extraordinary. When these students are not up to the mark, the teacher also has to come to that level only. When the disciples are elevated to higher level of thinking, to that extent, the Guru also elevates himself. So here, in the next verse, having that we seen the beautiful picturization of the Lord. Where is he sitting there? In the next verse, verse number 2, Vatavita pisamipe bhumi bhage nishannam. Sakala muni jananam jnana data ramarat. Tribhuvana gurumisham Dakshinamoorty devam. Janana marana dukkha cheta daksham namami. Vatavitapi samipe bhumi bhage nishannam. Sakala muni jananam jnana data ramarat. Tribhuvana gurumisham Dakshinamoorty devam. Janana marana dukkha cheta daksham namami. Aham namami. I salute. Whom? Janana marana dukkha cheta daksham namami. Daksha means efficient. Gurudev used to say there is a difference between efficiency and proficiency. Efficiency is doing best, but proficiency is doing the best as per your knowledge that you gained. Some people are just proficient, but they do not necessarily engage in action. Daksha is both proficient and efficient. Correct knowledge and also engaging in the action to reveal that knowledge. Daksha. And in what is he efficient? Janana marana dukkha chet. In that chetane, in that chid is to cut, to destroy. Cheta daksham, one who is efficient and proficient in destroying the dukkham, sorrow, that is born of janana and marana. Jananam abhi dukkham, maranam abhi dukkham. Jananam kim dukkham bhavati? Why birth is dukkham? Because from birth only everything starts. I think we have covered this also, correct? I think so. I did that. I vaguely remember that. It's talking about why birth is dukkham. Because The child, as soon as born, it just starts crying. Why kids crying? Because they again have come here, my God. And therefore, janana marana dukkha cheda daksha. Maranam dukkham, all of us know. But jananam also, while others are laughing or enjoying, the child is crying. Why? Because they again have to go through the whole life. So this Dakshinamoorty Devam, Tribhuvana Gurum Isham. Tribhuvana Gurum Isham. The one who is a ruler and at the same time Guru. Tribhuvanasya Guru. He is the teacher of the three worlds, so to say, that nothing that is there in this world is beyond his reach. Tribhuvanasya Isha. He the one who is the Lord of all the three worlds, Bhu Bhuva Swaha. Or we can say Tribhuvana means past, present, and future also. Also, he is the Lord of the three gunas. Tribhuvana Guru Misham Dakshinamoorty Devan. Whom does he give this knowledge? Jnana Dataram. Jnana Datru. Dhata. The giver. Jnana Datru. Dataram. Dvitiya Vibhakti. Tam. Aham Namami. To whom does he give knowledge? Sakala Muni Jananam. Arat. Arat means those who come near. Those who come to his proximity, those who come to surrender, those who come to seek, those who come to take refuge in. See, Guru should not be going around, catching everybody on the road and then talking to them. That is not right. The correct qualification should be there to impart that knowledge. And who? Sakala Muni Jananam Jnana Dhataram. The very word Muni means Mananashilavan Munihi, Mauni Eva Munihi. A person of contemplation is called Muni, and a man of contemplation is always, in essence, in general, is Mauni, silent. Why? Because only in the silence of the mind one can travel within oneself. When the mind is blabbering, agitated, then mind is not available for anything else. Mauna here means not Vag Nirodha, Vritti Nirodha. The thought cessation took place, not just speech to be stopped. So here, Sakala Muni Jananam, of those people who are contemplative masters, to them, Jnana Dhataram. And Tam Namami. And where is he sitting? Vata Vitapi Samipe Bhumi Bhage Nishannam. Nishannam. Nisad is to stay, abide. Nishannam. He, the one who is sitting. Who? Dakshinamoorty. Where? Vata Vitapi Samipe. At the branch of the tree, a people tree. And Bhumi Bhage Nishannam. Sitting on the floor itself. An elevated place and sitting there. This is how the picturization of the Bhagavan. So I think we have seen that part also. But the interesting thing is that it is Vichitram. What is Vichitram? Chitram, Chitram is picture. But Vichitram is wonder. Unbelievable. That is called Vichitram. And here the word starts with Chitram. Next word starts with Chitram. Why? See here. Chitram Bhatataror Mule Vriddha Shishya Gurur Yuva Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshaya. Chitram Batataror Mule Vruddha Shishya Gurur Yuva Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshaya. Vatataror Mule, at the very base or root of a tree, Bhagavan is sitting there. A huge vriksha it is, no doubt. And it is said banyan tree, sometimes it is said, people say it's a banyan tree here. The banyan tree is that which has, as you all know, a huge, it becomes very large trunk. And sometimes the branches will come down and then they also take root. And so it sustains then, because when it becomes very wide, it has to be sustained. Therefore, the roots, the branches become the roots. They go and root themselves. It is another meaning is well-rooted. The guru is very well-rooted. It cannot be shaken easily. The guru is also a sheikh. He is not very clear about himself, doubtful, unsure, unsteady, agitated, disturbed, ambiguous, doubtful. And how can the student then ever get clarity? And if you ask a question, why it is so? Guru says, I also have the same doubt, I don't know. Then how can that be? So Vattataror Mule, he was sitting there at the very root of the tree. This is the chitram. This is a picturization. But there is a vichitram also. Why? Vruddhaha shishyaha. The students are old. Guru who you are. Usually what happens then? Usually the teacher must be older than the student because he had greater experience in terms of number of years. When I was studying in Sandipani, my hair was growing gray at that time itself, 25-13. So many of the Swamis came to me and said, even as you become a brahmachari, they will take you so seriously. You know why? Because you are already looking old only. I don't know whether it's a credit or not credit. So, because we generally think a person who has gray hair or white hair must be a man of some experience. But nowadays, even black hair, they turn into gray, put color and all those things. I have no idea why. Maybe it's a style. And I usually tell this joke, one lady, she was combing the hair and she found, young only, maybe 30 years old or so. She found a gray hair. She was very worried. I'm getting old. And then her daughter came, just 5-year-old daughter came. Mom, I see you have a gray hair. So just to give her an answer to that, the mother said, it's all because of you. I'm so worried about you. That's why I got a gray hair. So the girl looked at her for a while and then said, Granny has so much. I think you might have worried her so much, I think. So, here it is, Guru who you are. The Guru is so young, Shishyaha Vruddhaha. This is a vichitram. See, knowledge does not necessarily takes place because we are old, or you cannot say just because one is young, you cannot say that but that person does not have correct knowledge. Shankaracharya, by age 32, he just finished everything. How much of a jnana vruddha he was. Man of such great knowledge. Even though physically he was young. Swami Vivekananda, Jnaneshwar. All these people are so young, but their knowledge was so deep. So here also, Bhagavan Shiva is appearing to be a young person, while the students who were there around him were all Vruddhaha Shishyaha. If you literally take the meaning of Vruddha, here means old, physically old. So Vruddhaha Shishyaha Guru Yuva. Then second, important surprise is Guroho tu maunam vyakhyanam. The Guru is speaking in silence. Shishyaha tu, while Shishyas, chinna samshayaha, their doubts are cleared. Are, kuch bolta nahi. Without anything to say, how can the doubt be cleared? How is that possible? So we always think that the knowledge has to be transferred only by talking. Bhagavan can transfer the knowledge by not talking also. The Guru can transfer the knowledge without speaking also. And for that, the student has to be extremely tuned to that teacher. While the teacher is capable of transmitting the knowledge without speaking a word, he is always doing that. While the students are struggling to tune to the teacher only to receive that knowledge. And since many of the students may not be able to tune to that subtle level of understanding, the teacher had to speak. See, for example, is it not in the dance, etc., the dancer doesn't speak at all. No, the dancer speak. Music is going on or some song is going on. But the dancer can convey the entire sequence of the whole episode or whatever through movements of the body and face expressions and hand movements. Even if you know the story of Bhagavan Krishna stealing the butter, let us say. If you know the story, and the dancer just have to come onto the stage without any kind of a bhajan or a song, she can convey the entire thing by just movements. By movement of her body or facial expressions or through mudras. Then you will know, oh, she is referring to Krishna coming and then stealing. Then and Yashoda came to know about it and she's beating him, trying to beat him up here, running around. So when you are familiar with the subject, you can get to know what is being told even without being uttered a word. The Guru who is abiding in the Paramatma and the student who is tuning to him would also come to the same abidance when he completely merges into the same level of understanding of the Guru. And when a Guru is able to transmit that knowledge to him, there would not be any doubt in the mind of the student. That is why it is said, Guroho tu maunam vyakhyanam, shishyaha tu chinna samshayaha. Chinna means destroyed, as I said, to destroy. Chinna, destroyed their doubts. So this is a great, great wonder. Strange indeed. Under the tree where the aged disciples around the youthful Guru, he taught them with silence, but the doubts of the disciples are dispelled. So that is the beauty of the guru as well as the disciple here. And this Bhagavan Shankara, who is the very embodiment of knowledge, has taken up the Guru avatar. It is the Guru is the one Jnanadata, the giver of knowledge. This knowledge is that which can destroy the beginningless disease called samsara. See, we are all different kinds of diseases we have, sickness we have. The greatest sickness is that we are not comfortable with ourselves. See, when you are unhealthy, what happens? You are physically not comfortable. You cannot sit down, you cannot get up, or you cannot sleep, you are not able to walk, you are able to feeling uneasy, now food is not properly digesting, or you are coughing, or fever. Now, all sort of different things are there. But the greatest disease is what? Even if the physical body is healthy, even if you have a wealth, even if you have everything that you have, but you are not at peace with yourself. You're not at peace with yourself. Then that incompleteness, that absence of fulfillment, contentment, at peace with oneself, when you do not have, that is the greatest disease. And this whole world is suffering out of that. And that is the reason why everybody seeks somebody else's company also. The seeking for somebody's company or anything else in the world is a demonstration of I am incomplete. I'm not happy with myself. As Gurudev would say, we are all beggars of love, not the givers of love. So therefore, the greatest sickness in this world is we are afraid of change. We are afraid of the uncertainty. We are not at ease with ourselves. We are not able to quieten the mind. We are not able to find the inner joy. We are not able to abide in our Ananda Atma. So therefore, here the next verse says, Nidaye sarva vidhyanam Bishaje bhavaroginam Gurave sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye namaha. Nidaye sarva vidyanam Bishaje bhavaroginam Gurave sarva lokanam Dakshinamurtaye namaha. Sarva vidyanam nidaye. Nidhi is the very repository, abode. Nidaye, to that nidhi, namaha, salutation. Bhavaroginam bishak, a doctor for the disease called the worldliness. To him, Bishaje namaha. Sarvalokanam guru tasmai gurave namaha. Salutation to the guru of all people in the world. Sarvalokanam guru. Now you see, for human beings, we need a guru. For other living beings, how can he be guru? The doubt came to you? It didn't, right? That's where it is. So, if there is a tiger, there is a lion, there is a deer, उन लोगों के लिए गुरु चाहिए क्या? Do we need guru? It is said that a giraffe when it gives birth to that young one, it is such a tall, it's 20, 25 feet height. Then when it delivers, it never sits down, that you should know. When it's standing only, it will sleep. It never slides down. If it lies down, it cannot get up. So, when it delivers, the child falls from some 10 feet or so, falls down. The moment the child falls down, obviously, just first time it is coming onto the world. What do you think the mother does immediately? You know what the mother does? Kicks him. One kick, that fellow goes at least 20 feet away and just starts getting up. And the moment, within few minutes after the birth, it knows how to walk. अरे human being को देखो भाई, वो training will चाहिए उसको सब. We are the slowest learners in this world. Every living being knows what to do right at the time of birth itself. The calf knows how to drink the milk from the mother's udder at once. It doesn't wait to somebody to be told. No, you put them inside the mouth, you put nothing. It knows. So, Guru chahiye. Naturally, all other living beings have gained their ability to sustain. It's already programmed in them, ingrained in them. It is there in their DNA. Obviously, Guru here does mean Adhyatma Guru. Wanting to know the higher self, which a human being seeks. That's how it should be understood. Sarvalokanam Adhyatma Gurave. Otherwise, Guru word is used as a teacher, which is not. It's not a teacher, because all other living beings, how do they do? They need a teacher. You need to teach a fish how to swim. You need to teach a tiger how to run, or a cheetah how to run, or how to kill. No. The mother does it, it looks at it, next time it does it. There's no training involved. A monkey needs to be told how to climb from one, jump from one to another. No, it knows. So for knowing oneself, that is a true learning, and that needs a guru. For that one needs to have the correct teacher. Sarvalokanam Gurave and Bhavaroginam Vishaje. As I said, the greatest disease that we all have is the disease of not being at ease. Dis-ease. What is not being at ease means? Not knowing ease. Meaning what? Sat Swarupam. That is called easiness. Main hoon. Ahamasmi sada vami kata chinnaham apriya. Ahamasmi sada. Ahamasmi. Advaita Makaranda said, Ahamasmi sada vami katachit na aham apriya. I am, and I know I am, and I am never unliked by me. I am the greatest lover of myself. So this easiness, this being with oneself, being in abidance with oneself, This, when it is not there, that is called disease. We always seek something else for our comfort, for our joy, for our completeness. And that is the greatest disease. So to that disease, Bishak, the one who is a doctor, Bishaje, to that doctor, to that expert who can remove this, the healer, so-called. Another day I was also saying, what is being healthy self means heal thyself. Slowly, slowly one has to find out how to heal myself. And here it is the one great healer of the sickness called, disease called samsara. And sarva vidyanam nidaye, being Ishvaraha of the entire universe, whatever is in the universe, he knows. Maya tadamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. In me alone, everything is there because I have penetrated through all things. Obviously, if I, in whose presence alone everything has come into existence, how anything can be unknown to me? So, sarva vidyanam nidaye, of he, the abode of all knowledge. So that's Dakshinamoorty, Bhagavat Avataraha. Dakshinamoortim aham namami, or mama namaskaraha. So this way, salutations, these are all Dhyana shlokas, to be meditated on. Before you embark on study of the great knowledge, one must have a grateful gratitude towards the teacher, reverential surrender to the teacher. Here, Dakshinamurti himself is the teacher. It is said that every student must look at one's own teacher as Dakshinamurti. Because Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Asmadacharya Paryantam. One's own teacher also is none other than Shiva Avatar. That way only one will really gain the knowledge. Continuing the last verse here, Om Nama Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnaneka Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Nama Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Again, Namaha, salutations. Pranava Artaya. Pranavasya Artaya. Pura api nava iti tishtati. Pranava, pranava. Nava means newness, new, always new, fresh. Prakarshena, pranava. And it is always that which is indicating ever fresh, ever alive, ever brilliant self. Pranavasya artham. Om, even though indicates the three states of our own experiences, Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti, but also it indicates Chadurtham, Turiyam, Atmanam. Darshayati. One, it is indicating the nature of the self which is beyond the three different experiences which we all undergo. So, Pranavasya Artham Brahma. Therefore, Brahmane Namaha. Pranavasya Arthaya Brahmane Namaha. So, Nama Pranavartaya, Namaha, salutation, Pranavartaya. And the Murti of Dakshinamoorty is Shuddha Jnana Murti. Shuddha Jnana Murti. Shuddha Jnana Eka Murti. One single form of pure knowledge. What is pure knowledge? See, our mind is of the nature of sattva, but it is overpowered by rajas and tamas. And its nature being pure sattva, and sattvasya gunaha jnanam. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Rajasaha karma. Tamasaha alasyam. Tamas by the nature is laziness. Rajas by nature is action. Sattva by nature is jnana. So therefore, Bhagavan also said many places in Gita, Nitya Sattvasto Bhava. Sattva me Nityam Nityasthiti. That is called a state of true abidance in knowledge, takes place even when one is awake. Remaining in sattva is what makes you able to practice knowledge or abide in that knowledge. When we read, when we understand, but we are not able to maintain sattva, rajas takes over. And rajas is by nature karma. And therefore, when karma is there, karma is born out of ajnanam. So, therefore, Bhagavan again and again is ajnanena avridam jnanam tasmat mushyanti jantavaha. When the rajas takes over, which means it expresses as karma, which is born out of ajnanam, therefore jnanam is covered by that. Malum hai, but hota nahi. I know, but it doesn't come to become my experience. Kyun? Kyunki हम कर्म को मुख्य मानते हैं, कर्म को अवश्य मानते हैं, कर्म को प्रथम मानते हैं. In the world is giving importance to karma, and therefore we think that karmana eva phalam bhavati. By alone, karma alone brings result, and people are result oriented. So invariably, people engage in action, and in the process, the mother of karma or ajnanam covers jnanam. Bhagavan here says, Shuddha jnana ekamurtaye. So karma rahita jnana, that is called here Shuddha jnana. The knowledge which is not disturbed or polluted by action. That means Rajaha and Tamas, they have not occupied it. So Shuddha Jnana Ekamurtaye Namaha. Therefore it is a Nirmalaya, Shantaya, Prashantaya, Raja Tamo Malarahitaya. The one who is not affected by the impurities caused by rajas and tamas. So that pure, peaceful, very abode of knowledge is the very form of Dakshinamoorty, who is none other than the Brahma Swarupam, which is the meaning of Om. Om Nama Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnaneka Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. All right. Now, having completed this Dhyana shlokas, we'll move into the main text. As we have seen, as I have informed you, that this text was composed by Bhagavan Shankaracharya, all right. And his own disciple, Sureshwaracharya, has given commentary on Dakshinamoorty Stotram. It is known as Manasollasa. Manasollasa means delight of the mind. Ullasati, ullasate. Manasi ullasate. Manasollasa. The joy of the mind. Great. Now, in this Manasollasa, it is important for us to know that even though Shankaracharya had given the original composition, and it is a direct teaching, no doubt about that. When we directly read the verse and translation is also read, the teaching is one-sided, meaning Shankaracharya is telling and you hear, all of us hear. But when, unlike all of us who just take the verse and read the commentary or meaning and keep going, a disciple or a student who is interested to know the subject deeper would ask questions to oneself. This is called mananam. See, mananam is not taught. Mananam is a skill, an ability. And we have to start training ourselves how to do this mananam. And what is mananam? Basically, reflection. Taking an idea, a thought which is given by the Guru, and look at it from all different angles. How to understand this statement? And what are the doubts that are possibly would come in this statement? You make a statement, no doubt, but it is true. But I should know that this clarifies some hidden doubts. And what are those doubts? We don't get the doubt easily. That's why I told you. We don't get the doubts at all. Why? Because we never think about it. Only when you think about something, you get a doubt about it. So if you go to a doctor and then the doctor gives the medicine, you take it and then come home and take it. But then if you have a doubt, is it the correct dosage or not? Is it the correct kind of medicine or not? If you have the doubt, then you have to go and find out from somebody who can give you the answer. Or if in spite of taking medicine that is not working, it is not solving the problem, then you have a doubt. Did I get the correct medicine or not? Correct dosage or not? Did I go to the correct doctor or not? Similarly, when I take a knowledge from the Guru or the teacher or from the book, and when I start looking at it to understand it correctly, how to apply it to my life, then I start getting doubts. This is what Arjuna also had, no? When Bhagavan said that control the mind in 6th chapter, you said control the mind, but my mind is not even available to control. Kya karo? Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. So doubt clearance is very important. So having thus composed, Bhagavan Shankaracharya composed, then Vartika is written by Bhagavan here, Sureshwaracharya, and he creates his own doubts and clarifies them. why this particular statement has been made by Shankaracharya and what context? What led him to write this particular composition? Through this, what is he clarifying to us? So these are the things to be understood through Manasollasa. So I do not know whether you have any copy of that with you, of Manasollasa. If you have, it's good. So begin with the first section of the Manasollasa. Begin with a Mangala Shloka, which I would read. Since you do not have, some of you may not have the book with you. It is not a CCMT or Chinmaya Mission publication, Manasollasa. Vedanta Ashrama, or what you call Ramakrishna Ashram, has published it. So the Mangala Shloka goes like this: Mangalam dishadu me Vinayakaha, Mangalam dishadu me Saraswati, Mangalam dishadu me Maheshwari, Mangalam dishadu me Sadashivaha. This is how it starts. Mangalacharan. Vinayakaha me Mangalam dishatu. May Lord Ganesha, Vinayaka, Mangalam dishatu. Dishatu, provide. May Lord Ganesha provide me with or give me auspiciousness. Mangalam is that which is auspicious, divine, malarahitam, sada. So that which is divine may be provided by Bhagavan Ganesha. I always begin everything with the salutation to Ganesha. Mangalam Saraswati Dishatu. The very deity of knowledge, scriptural knowledge, Saraswati. Mangalam Maheshwari Dishatu. That is the consort of Bhagavan Shiva. Maheshwari, may she propitiate me. I mean, may I be blessed by her. And Sadashivaha may dishatu. The Lord also. Sadashiva. Now the verse number 2, which is basically the Vishaya and Prayojanam of the text. Because anything that we take up to study, we should know the subject matter and how does it benefit us. Without that, the study is, disinteresting. When we listen to something, we would like to know what is the subject. So one lady told the other, my husband, give any subject, he will speak. He's so good in that. So the other lady said, is it so that your husband can speak on any subject? Yes. My husband is greater than that. How? He can speak without any subject also. So, some people go on talking and finally you'll find, I spent half an hour with him, but what is the subject? So two people are attending a church and the sermon was going on. After some time, the second person was sitting there, he had a doubt. What is he talking on? Other fellow said, I don't know, it's still not come to that point. So sometimes you go on listening and say, find out nothing, there is no subject here. That should not be the case. That first let us understand the subject. What is the subject here? And what is the prayojanam, benefit, result? How does it benefit me? So here the verse goes like this. Atmalapat paro labo nasti timunayo viduhu Tallabhartam kavistauti swatmanam parameshwaram. Munayaha viduhu. Men of knowledge, wisdom, they know. Viduhu, they know what? Atmalabhat paraha labha na asti. Than gaining the nature of the self, Atman, there is no other greater gain. Atmalabhat paraha labha na asti iti munayaha viduhu. So the greatest gain in our life is that we achieve or realize Atman. Therefore, kavihi stauti tallabhartam. Therefore, kavihi, a poet, here, Shankaracharya, stauti, stutim karoti, he praises tallabhartam, atmalabhartam. To gain that Atman, stutim karoti. What does he do the stuti of or the praise of? Parameshwaram swatmanam stutim karoti. One's own self, who is none other than the Parameshwara, he does the stuti of it. So the Vishaya is what? Atmalabha, Atmajnanam. That is the Vishaya. And what is the Prayojanam? Prayojanam is Yellabhat na aparo labha. Having gained which there is nothing more to be gained. What? Is it not true that whenever you buy something, this is the ultimate. There is nothing like this ever in the market. That is how they sell anything. Nobody has produced this before. This is the ultimate camera you can have. Ultimate phone. So they always say that we are the ultimate. We are the highest, the topmost in the category. In the same way, and not in the same way actually, here gaining which there is nothing more. Yajñātva na punarmoham yasasi Pandava. Bhagavan also says, having gained which nothing more. Yajñātva mokshasya ashubhat. From all the impurities you can become freely released from. Yajñātva sarmavidam vijñātam bhavati. Upanishad says, having known which everything else is known. So therefore, what prayojanam? Ultimate prayojanam. The supreme-most benefit. Therefore, prayojanam is also maintained here. So now interesting thing. Atmajnanam is paro labha. Atmajnanat paraha labha nasti. Okay. And what is that Atmajnanam? Swatmanam. Parameshwaram. Parameshwara jnanam eva. So the link between prayojanam and the Vishaya is that very knowledge because of which you will get the ultimate result is to realize the Lord sitting in your own heart. Swatmanam parameshwaram stauti tadlabhartam. Jnanalabhartam. This is how it is to be understood. So I have the Sanskrit commentary also is there of this particular Vartika. So here he says, Tasya Shastra Ekadashaha Sattva okay, now Taddarshana Shastriye Vishaya Prayojane Tavadaha Atma Labad Ityadina Atma Prataktamaha Pratyaktamaha Sarvasakshi Tasya Labha and Brahma Rupena Avagatihi Tallabat Paraha Anyaha Va Utkrishtaha Va Labha Nasti Di Muneyaha Viduhu Atma Laban Na Param Vidyate Ityadibihi Smriti Vachanehi Uktavantaha Ityartaha. So this is not only the statement made by Sureshwaracharya in his Vartika, but also it is a declaration of all the Upanishad also. So Brahmatmana avasthanam prayojanam. Brahma eva atma iti avasthanam prayojanam. Abiding in the self as one's own nature is Brahman. Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Ityadi Shastra Siddham Uktam. Idanim Vishayamaha Tallabhartam. So for the sake of that, that is the purpose of this entire exercise of explaining this Dakshinamoorty Stotram. Swatmanam Parameshwaram Iti Samanadikaranyat Tattvam Padartha Aikyam Shastra Vishayaha Darshitaha. So the oneness between the knowledge of the self and the realization of the self, knowledge of one's own inner self, as the knowledge of the higher, the Brahman, is indicated, which is indicated in the Mahavakya called Tattvam. Tat referring to the Brahman, Tvam referring to the Atman, Tat referring to that which is the all-pervading presence, Tvam representing the Pratyagatma, and both are one and the same, is what is indicated here directly. Swatmanam darshayatva, swatmanam yatva, sarvam yatam bhavati, sarvam labdham bhavati. Having known which, having gained which, everything is as good as gained. Therefore, aikyatvam api drashtam. That's also seen here. So, now he will bring in questions. Before starting the first verse, what led to the statement of Bhagavan Shankaracharya to start this composition? And the questions are very interesting, which we may not even know or even think in that direction. For we live in a life which is so mechanical. Every day we do the same thing. No day is different from the previous day. And that being so, there's nothing new that, because something different happens, then we start questioning, right? So when I say, if it is raining in January, we don't question. If it rains in April, we'll question. Why April? How can there be rain in April, May? In the same way, when every day everything happens in the same way, there is no question. But if anything goes wrong, then we have a doubt. Why? What happened? So our life being so monotonous, every day is the same. No day is different from the previous day. But a Muni, a contemplative person, would not live like that. For him, every day is very important, because every day wasted is every day closer to the death. So without gaining my higher nature, I am going to die. So, therefore, I cannot keep quiet. I have to understand. I have to know. The curiosity, the inquisitiveness, the reflection is deepened. So that is the reason why when we take up this subject, which we otherwise take it for granted, when we look at it from the angle of a man of contemplation like Sureshwaracharya, he will put those doubts in our head. Then we also start thinking like that. Yes, this I never thought of. So we'll see that in the next section, next class. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.